one nation of all nations. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Here in Boston, wishing you a blessed time. Truly hope you find reasons to smile, laugh, enjoy life, appreciate everything and everyone around you. So, I am on my way to a rally, a Black Lives Matter rally here in my hometown. And I'm wearing my One Nation of All Nations shirt. This is actually an art piece that I have that I made during soon after the Boston Marathon bombings, and it was inspired by the finish line where you would see multiple flags from around the world. And it also made me think of 9/11, pensing World Trade Center. When you hear world, you think international, you know? And when I went to see the memorial for the Boston Marathon, and again, seeing the flags, seeing everything that was there, all I can think of was the Pledge of Allegiance. One of the things I thought of was the Pledge of Allegiance. And but what I thought about was the Pledge of Allegiance and how it says one nation under God. But when I thought of the flags and thought of the World Trade Center and thought of the U.S., and I look around, I was thinking more that we're one nation of all nations under God. And that's what inspired this. And again, this is originally an art piece, but when I started making my t-shirts, I thought the art piece and the message worked as well for a t-shirt. You know, just to I don't have every single country around the world, but I got Morocco, I got Great Britain, I got Peru, you know, I got the LGBT community flag, rainbow flag. I got a little bit of everything on this, you know, to try to represent as much as I could. Anyway, on my way to the rally, we'll see what we see. I'll record what I can, and I'll see you when I see you.
They can't be trusted. Till truth sails and the scales of justice are adjusted, no giving up, no replacing what was taken. We have lost generations. Don't neglect your brethren. Ask, what's the JTTF? And don't let the truth be interrupted or the precious breath of life get disrespected.
I have the honor to share a poem with you all by Asada Shakur. This is the poem that's at the end of her autobiography. This poem is called The Tradition. Carry it on now, carry it on. Carry it on now, carry it on. Carry on the tradition. There were Black people since the childhood of time who carried it on. In Ghana and Mali and Timbuktu, we carried it on. Carried on the tradition. We hid in the bush when the slave masters came, holding spears. And when the moment was ripe, leaped out and lanced the lifeblood of our would-be masters. We carried it on slave ships, hurling ourselves into oceans, slitting the throats of our captors. We We took their whips and their ships. Blood flowed in the Atlantic, and it wasn't all ours. We carried it on. Fed Missy arsenic apple pies, stole the axes from the shed, went and chopped off Master's head. We ran, we fought, we organized a railroad, an underground. We carried it on. In newspapers, in meetings, in arguments and street fights, we carried it on. In tales told to children, in chants and cantatas, in poems and blues songs and saxophone screams, we carried it on. In classrooms, in churches, in courtrooms, in prisons, we carried it on. On soapboxes and picket lines, welfare lines, unemployment lines, our lives on the line, we carried it on. In sit-ins and pray-ins and march-ins and die-ins, we carried it on. On cold Missouri midnights, pitting shotguns against lynch mobs, on burning Brooklyn streets, pitting rocks against rifles, we carried it on. Against water hoses and bulldogs, against nightsticks and bullets, against tanks and tear gas, needles and nooses, bombs and birth control, we carried it on. In Selma and San Juan, Mozambique, Mississippi, in Brazil and in Boston, we carried it on. Through the lies and the sellouts, the mistakes and the madness, through pain and hunger and frustration, we carried it on. Carried on the tradition, carried a strong tradition, carried a proud tradition, carried a black tradition. Carry it on. Pass it down to the children. Pass it down. Carry it on. Carry it on now. Carry it on to freedom.
I said back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom. All these racist cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up. We want freedom, freedom. All these racist cops, we don't need them. Y'all think?
So that was the rally here in East Boston, and if you can't tell from my forehead and my arm, got nice and red I think I think I'm the colored person. But anyway, it was a nice little day, but because I got burnt, I didn't go back out. And there's going to be a couple other rallies. I probably won't get to those, but I'm glad that I went to this one to show my support. There was a lot more to it, but I wanted to keep this video kind of short. And again, the t-shirt, or the art piece, you know, I think this was the right shirt to wear today. You know, just, you know, for me, this is what America is or should be. You know, we're a melting pot of so many different nations and ethnicities and, you know, beliefs. Because if you look, like I said, I got the rainbow flag, I got a cross, I got the Star of David somewhere, and just, you know, as many flags as I could fit into the art piece. But, and you know, not to make this any longer, I started thinking of the other side of this. You know, we're protesting for equality. And as much as we don't want to hear the hate or the other side, you know, it's making me kind of internally think, are we being just as judgmental? I know what we're trying to do is for positive change, but those that oppose, don't they have the equal right to have their opinion? Granted, neither side has the right to hurt the other. And as far as police are concerned, I believe, you know, like everyone, I believe it needs to be restructured. I think they really need to have a better vetting system and better training for cops, and the good cops shouldn't feel intimidated or afraid to call out or, you know, step in when a bad cop is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Because I've heard stories and read stories about cops that the reason they don't speak up is because then they get blackballed or they get harassed by the rest of the force, you know, for being, you know, for not being a team player, or for not, you know, having the other person's back, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, I think, like we've all been saying, there needs to be a restructure, you know, not only for the black community, but within the police forces and the armed forces, and every, you know, on every level, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, when there is something happening that we need help, we should feel like we can call for protection or call for help, you know, and feel that we'll actually get that help no matter our skin color. Anyway, I know in my last video I said I've been on the fence on what I should do content wise, and that's fireworks going off. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end this. I want to thank you for watching. As always, like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. See you in the next video. Much love.